Herb Cohen. Today I want to talk about a metaphor I use in talking about trauma. The context here is in looking at trauma as a challenge through which we can learn and benefit from. So it's sort of finding that silver lining in the suffering that we're going through. So I use this metaphor of rancid food as a way to explore this. So when we eat a piece of food that has gone bad, our whole mouth lights up and we know immediately that it's no good. We know that that awful taste, which tastes truly bad, lets us know immediately that that food is no good, that we can't eat that food, and if we eat it, we're going to get sick. And so that though the taste is rancid tasting, it's protecting us from getting sick. And that's a good thing. So if not for it tasting bad, if it tasted good and we ate it, we'd get sick. So we need it to taste bad. It has to taste bad in order to protect us. Likewise, we could look at the traumas that we've experienced in our life and see that they are also protective, that the rancid flavor of our traumas, for example, feeling bad or feeling unworthy, let's say, if that's what gets triggered in us, it feels horrible. It feels terrible. It's a terrible taste. We could say it's a rancid taste, but it's also pointing out what we need to avoid. So if a person in our life is triggering that feeling, then that person is toxic, and then that is what we need to move away from. And if we move away from that person, we get that person out of our life, we no longer experience that rancid taste. But we might want to do is explore deeper what is the source of us experiencing that rancid taste, because things that happen earlier in our life get fixed as files, as filters that make us vulnerable to being triggered again. So we want to look at the source of that rancid taste. So here we use the rancid taste and we follow it, we dive into it in order to find the source of that. So we may find that as a child, where we were, maybe learned that from how we were raised by our parents, and perhaps they weren't very loving, and so I learned that I must be unworthy. That's what I learned. If they're not loving me, then I mustn't deserve it. And so this is a message that becomes internalized, that I've learned. And what we do in therapy is we desensitize that, or we unmask it and reveal the source of that. So the source of that is that my parents didn't know how to do this parenting thing. And it was nothing that I had done to earn the badge of being unworthy. So we unmask the truth, and the truth is that I'm worthy, I've always been worthy. The lie is that is what I learned, is that the belief that as a young child I was somehow responsible for that, which is just not true. The responsibility is on the adults, and the adults didn't do their job, and that's the truth. So we reveal the truth, we release the rot, which is the lie that I'm unworthy, and now the rancid taste dissolves. There's no more source of rancid taste, so the rancidness goes away. We've thrown the rotten food away, and now if we go back to that adult relationship that's triggering rancid, it can no longer do that because the source file has been exposed and released. So we're no longer can feel that triggered again. So this is truly a way to look at rancid taste as protecting us in the long run. And we also learn a lesson, right? The lesson that we learn is that I'm not unworthy. That's a valuable life lesson that I will have forever. may change my life and change the quality of decisions and the people that I attract going forward. So if I'm deserving and worthy, that's going to really create a lot of change. So the looking at our traumas as a rancid taste, or even better as challenges or lessons that we're going to benefit from, we can see that that bad taste of these traumas, the negative emotions that come with them, are things that are warning us. They're protective, and they're pointing in the direction that we need to look at for the source of what is really the source of rot that is generating that rancid taste. So we want to expose that and unmask it and learn the lessons that are behind it. And so we can really benefit from this little model, this little paradigm, where we're looking at traumas from a kind of a different lens. So if you want more videos like this, this is a little quick one, but I have others, so you can visit my YouTube channel, Herb Cohen Flow. Like it and subscribe if you want to have access to more videos. There will be more coming. And also visit my website at herbcohen.one. Thank you again. Until next time.